Are you looking for the best new or relatively unknown rock bands out there, but you don't have time to listen to absolutely everything that comes out? Well, I've got you covered. Because on Twitch, I check out a lot of new artists, and the best ones end up on this channel. Now, this is going to be a compilation video of 5 bands I think you need to check out. These are the reactions that I had listening to these songs for the very first time. We're going to have, in a moment, Cabal featuring Aaron from 1056 with a song called Still Cursed. Pretty heavy, rappy, pretty disgusting breakdowns. That's worth a listen. Then we have Senna with a song called Rosehip. Absolutely gorgeous. Then we'll have Vicious Rain featuring Half Me, another great band, with a song called Hysteria. That's a fucking epic song. We'll finish off with Karmanjakah, which is a band that some people know within the scene, a song called Breathing, which has been described best, I think, as like spa music for metalheads. So intriguing. Look out for that. But first, we're going to start with a band called The Dark, who have only released ever one song. And this is it. It's called Chemicals, and it is very interesting, very high quality for a very first song. So check this one out. I'm excited to hear this because I've heard good things of this brand new band called The Dark. I believe the song is their first and only they've come out with. It's called Chemicals. This came out 11 days ago. Without further ado, and go. There's a gimp mask? Some EDM? It does give Antimatter by Silent Planet vibes. It's a very clear vocal. It's not the chorus. Reminds me of the Bad Omens Health combo. I enjoyed the pushed beat there. It's an interesting mix. It's not that bass heavy, oddly. It's quite high, being prominent. Sort of ready for radio play. Love that. In and out just like that, huh? Well, it was a delightful arrangement from start to finish. A couple of surprises in there. I wasn't expecting, actually, there to be any scream vocals at all. And it came at a surprising point. There hadn't been 2 choruses yet. It was sort of the second half of the second verse, which was a delightful treat. Unless it was the whole second verse. Kind of got lost a little bit. it does feel like they're drawing from the current forefront of sounds that are being developed in the metalcore world, which is no bad thing, right? They're taking those elements, but they've made they're very much their own song. Moments that hint at the Bad Omens Health combination, especially post-chorus when they kind of hit that rhythmic thing there, also reminded me of Antimatter Silent Planet. In part, I think, because Drew Fortune put that in my head, but I think it was a completely accurate call in how that song started. Very crystal clear vocal, and actually in the mix, super prominent as well, which is sort of designed for radio play more than the darker metal. So taking some dark elements, as per the name, I suppose, but giving it a sort of pop EDM polish, which, as per bands like Bad Omens, has the potential, and Bring Me the Horizon, to bring more people into the darker underworld of other metal. So I think that's a great thing. Rating that, delicious. I'm quite sure I'm going to loop that for a while. It sets an excellent atmospheric vibe with a nice slow kind of grooving tempo to it. Enough little surprises in there that I'll enjoy on repeat listens. And I could just, with the EDM elements in there, it's so loopable that I'm looking forward to hearing more of that. And for a first song, like fucking A, that's a pretty good start. Excellent stuff there from The Dark with Chemicals. The only thing for me is I was just surprised the mix was so kind of top heavy in allowing for higher frequency stuff and not so much with the depth of lowness that maybe could have been in there for my own personal liking, but a very fucking good song from The Dark. I've never heard of the band called Cabal before. This song is called Still Cursed and features Aaron, the vocalist of 1056. So it certainly has my attention because they are pretty exciting. Let's see what this is like. Cool name, Cabal. It's a badass name. It's 3 minutes and 6 seconds long. And go. Great snare sound. Okay. Leading into the repeated rhythm. That chord. There's Aaron. Both got the same deep growls. How low can you head back? Jesus. So repeating that, we're still cursed a lot. We're bouncing against the busier, more rap-like vocals. Creepy. Metallic. That's nice. Get the metallic sound on the drum, the snare hit, like two things in unison. God, they're really leaning in. I like the gap in the guitar strumming. That's cool. Well, that was pretty full on. Cold North Korea. They get around. Fun. I mean, I'm relatively new to the world of the absolute gutturals throughout, but I am warming to it. I'm getting more used to that as a sound that I can understand sitting within the heavy music. I liked a lot of that. I enjoyed the pacing of it, the tempo of that. I found quite satisfying. I love the sound of the snare drum. I know it's a small detail, but the Kong, the like slight after sound of that was great. And I enjoyed as well. There was like a metallic percussive detail that later on synced up with the snare hits. That was cool. Reminds me a little bit of, was it Duality by Slipknot? Kind of when you have the baseball bat on the keg. That sort of adds to the weightiness of the snare hits later on. That was cool. The criticism I have for this, though, is that the still cursed repetition in the choruses got less interesting as time went on. It's kind of interesting when you first hear, like, oh, okay, cool. You're shouting 2 syllables, and then you have this kind of counter rap lyric. And I say rap, I mean, it's growl and scream, but it's sort of rhythmically in a sort of hip hop sort of way. That balance kind of worked, but I think over time that got a little bit repetitive for me. I know that was the plan. I know that was the point. They wanted to repeat that for their thing. And I enjoyed it when it slowed at the end and they were still shouting the still curse, but in a different way. That sort of developed it in an interesting direction that wasn't just a repetition of the same repeated rhythm of that delivery. So that's kind of my main criticism of how that song landed for me. But the soundscape of it, I enjoyed. You got this crazy, sludgy, distorted guitars. They were fun. I really enjoyed Aaron's feature. Those voices worked really well together. They were kind of similar. They both have the same low guttural. And then when both of them doing it at the same time, earthquakes is what that meant for. But yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed that as a fun ride. The still curse repetition was a little bit repetitive for me, but fun, good, decent song overall. For me, it's a solid, like a high solid. I enjoyed that, but I don't know that. I think it could have been made a little bit more interesting, perhaps, if they did. Maybe don't do 3 choruses with the same rhythmic repetition, but have the third one be something else. I don't know. This is just my own personal take on it. I'm sure it's going to do absolutely grand. And the feature from Aaron was wonderful, and this band sounds exciting. The more songs they write, the more risk that they take in the allowing their creativity to go into different dimensions in the sonic realm rhythmically. There could be some absolute treasure in the future for Cabal. So certainly on my radar, and I loved the vast majority of that song. I think it was pretty fun, and yeah, great. Would not mind hearing that again whatsoever. Good stuff. I've only ever heard 2 songs by Senna thus far. They were called Lavender and Morocco Mint. This song is called Rosehip. Are all their songs some kind of color-based name? I don't know. But what I do know is this has been requested by Michelle Elise via Patreon. Thank you very much for that. It's 4 minutes long. Let's see what it's like. And go. Okay, we have a storyline. Is he holding a gun? Okay. Plot twist. Or is it really a plot twist if that's what it opens with? What did you do, folks?
Yes, fuck yes! Oh my god!
Confusion! Lovely guitar here, though. The money in the bag, maybe? Yeah. I'm loving the whole sonic package thus far. Harmonies. rhythm has like an accelerated feel to it. It's almost kind of swancore. Oh, the bass is shining here. And that lead. Pretty beautiful. I think the scream and the singing balance each other quite well here. Oh, that bass ring out. Very nice. I'm really enjoying this. The video's pretty dark looking. Oh, there's a band. Accomplices. I'm loving the looping lead guitar part. Don't end. I want more of that. That groove, please. Ah, son of a bitch. I mean, it was the right amount of time for the song. Probably. But I was loving that. That whole tone, groove, vibe, overused word of the decade. But that was cool. God damn, the rain is thundering. Anyway, I thoroughly enjoyed that. And there's something slightly maybe Marmite about that scream vocal technique that they have. It's like in that uncanny valley of like, well, what is he well? But I think because that has the melodic singing supporting it and working with it as well, the overall package sonically, I think, worked excellently. And the musicianship that was supporting that as well. There was there's a complexity to the rhythms that they were doing. Doom, 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 doom. Which had this almost sense of like a car revving. I mean, maybe I was being distracted by the fact they were in a truck, literally, for the music video. But there's an accelerated feeling of that. It was all within time. If you put that on a grid, it would be correct. But it's that unexpected early kicks that go with the guitar chords at the same time. I really liked. It's the kind of business you might find in the swancore world, which for me doesn't always work because it can be overly busy. But Senna managed to find a way to have the simplicity of the song pull you along in a way that can be understood without being overly complex. At least that's my experience of it. So that's why I was so happy to potentially listen to more of that actually when it ended. So yeah, Senna are fucking great, turns out. I'm quite thoughtful about it. The music video was impressive because it looked like it was one shot, all in slow-mo. I didn't quite understand. I guess the two of them shot someone, robbed someone. Maybe he got shot. And that's why he died. She's like booking out in the middle of the forest, leaving him there to die. I don't know. It seemed pretty grim. But whatever. Not really a music video guy. That song was delicious. I think that is above the quality of merely a solid song. I thought that was wonderful. Technically and conceptually, lovely, well executed. I dug it. Senna, Rosehip. Assuming I'm pronouncing that correctly. I have to be, right? How else would you? I don't know. A really delightful, groovy, edgy, emotive song. And a very interesting songwriting band. And that's the main takeaway for me as well. Like each song as well has been quite different from each other. So super interesting. Thank you, Michelle Elise, for that. Vicious Rain. I've heard one of the songs before. I thought it was pretty solid. This now is a song called Hysteria featuring Half Me, who's a band I do like. So let's see what this is like. And Cool. Oh, that's tasty. Ah! Lovely guitar. Fuck! This is great. Decent chorus. Ah, I love that pitched harmonic. Wow. That was fun. The introduction of that vocalist did take it up a notch in ferociousness. It's good. Kind of catchy. I forgot it started with like a moody, dancey bit. Got a cross stick? Yes, please. God damn. Beautiful. I love that when they land on that chord halfway through, that elevates it for me. Oh. Kind of extension to the chorus. Ooh. Right. I was like, what is this tone here? That was great. That was great. I really enjoyed that. And it wasn't completely predictable as a structure as well. The breakdowny moment that happened in there were a couple of them really, came out of nowhere. It was so early in the song to be like just hanging things out. And then just the bass on its own. Oh, it was fucking brilliant. Really enjoyed that. That was a fun ride. Had a big chorus. It was catchy. Very memorable. I liked the additional vocal feature in there. Did add another gear to the song. It was the delivery of it. It's like a higher range, kind of scream to that. I thought that was great. Really well put together song. Balanced, fun, heavy, light, memorable, unpredictable, and yet also paid off on some of the expectations there. Love the way the chorus developed halfway through. There's a kind of the chord progression they had that landed so well. Cool. A really well balanced well-executed metalcore song that I thoroughly enjoyed. And the guitar tone in that and the riffage was sensational early doors. I thought that was delicious. I really liked it. That was great. Absolutely great. Wonderful stuff there from Vicious Rain featuring Half Me with Hysteria. Excellent. Not mad at all. Like, I know it's not doing anything wildly unique, but I thought the introduction of the early breakdown in that was delightful. I think that was so good. Very satisfying song. Good sound overall. Brilliant. I'm very excited to check this one out because I've enjoyed the one and only song I've heard thus far by Karmanjakah called Listening. This one is called Breathing. Shout out to Palooza for requesting this via Patreon. It's 5.5 minutes long. And go. Bloody hell. Almost reggae-like with the placement of the rhythm. Hard on the third. Oh. It's a gorgeous voice. Oh, mate. Absolutely beautiful. Oh! That vocal performance is wild. Unusual feel to the rhythm here. The bass is shining. My God. Unexpected placements of the snare, and the bass is matching it. Back into a more understandable feel. That little false drop there. So that's on it. And then that just waits that extra little beat. At least now I know the pattern. Quite a shift. But still the delicate guitar over the top. Totally different rhythmic loop. That's what the drums are doing. That other guitar part is kind of matching what the drums feel like. Wide to get it out of each other. It's an alarming sort of squeaky sound. Slightly unsettling. It was so gorgeous, why are you ruining it? With the kind of feedback. I'm sure there is a specific meaning of songwriting decision as to why they've done that. Like, well, you know, the song is about being relaxed and then something interrupting you. I don't know, who knows, but gorgeous. Just like what I remember from listening is the one and only song of theirs I heard before. Wow. I mean, like, yeah, and I think I said this in the previous one I checked out months ago. Like, it's like metal ska, not ska. Although there was a kind of reggae beat in that one. Like on the third. Spa. It's like a metal spa song. You know, you could just sit in the looping polyrhythmic ambience of it all, and have these vocals that are gorgeous coming in and out here and there, and just let the song wash over you. It's kind of, I think, the best way to enjoy this, or at least that's what I'm finding myself. The moments, I mean, I get a small sick joy as a drummer from trying to figure out, like, okay, hang on, what's the time signature of this? What's repeating? When is it changing the lean into the notes and the gaps and things? So I enjoyed figuring that stuff out. But also, this is the kind of music I will enjoy to the max, I think, when it's sort of washing over me. Not in the background necessarily, but as something I don't have to pick apart and understand every detail. Obviously, as a first reaction, I'm trying to figure out on first go what is going on and where. But the whole piece, the way that's put together, was so fucking beautiful and interesting. Obviously, in the kind of progressive rock world, it takes some surprising turns, and wow, yeah, some real shifts in tone happening there, but quite beautiful and a sophisticated piece of music put together by Karmanjakah. And I think that is a delicious piece of music. I really enjoyed that. Could have done without the kind of squeaky, disturbing off-kilter sounds towards the end there. It's a jarring finish. And the moment, I guess, 2/3 of the way through or 3/4 of the way through, and it went that very different groove where the guitar was in this lovely picking and a different rhythm over the top of it. The guitar, the distorted guitar that was matching with the drums was a little bit too much of an edge for the spa-like stuff I was enjoying before, but a wonderful song that I'd be very happy to listen to again. That and listening. I wonder, because I don't really know, I've not looked into them, if those are just because they look visually the same as well in their music videos. I wonder, are they a dual, almost like a double single sort of thing, or are they part of a larger EP or album? I don't know. Maybe I should look into that. But they seem to go together really well. Loved both those songs. Thank you, Palooza, for having me check out Breathing. It's gorgeous. So there you have it. Hopefully you've discovered some new music that really tickled your ears. If you want to join me live to discover this new music as I do, you can join me on Twitch over here, .tv/SteveOGRock, and we'll discover new music together. Now, hopefully you enjoyed this as well. If you want to see more videos like this in your YouTube feed, do remember to subscribe to the channel. Thank you, and shout out to the patrons for helping support and make this what it is. Do let me know in the comments which band stood out to you the most that you want to deep dive in. The exception maybe being The Dark, because they only have one song, so there's no deep dive as yet, depending on when you're watching this video. But I'd love to know what of those really tickled your ears, and hopefully you enjoyed that. Perhaps I'll see you in another video here very soon.